Let me tell you something that most entrepreneurs won't admit out loud. Many of us started our business journey with credit struggles. We had big dreams, but tiny scores. We wanted to grow, but every no from a bank felt like a brick wall. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, some of the most successful CEOs I know once sat exactly where you are, stressed about money, juggling bills, and wondering if they'd ever get ahead. Here's what changed: everything had to be connected properly inside, and that's exactly what took place. They learned that credit isn't just a score, it's a strategy. Today, I'm going to show you the real path from credit struggles to CEO wins. Not the fake stuff people post online, but the path that turns denied applications into approved funding and turns self-doubt into CEO confidence. We'll walk through one powerful story, the lessons behind it, and the mindset that makes it all work. And by the end, you'll understand exactly how repairing your credit can transform your business, your freedom, and your future. So if you're tired of struggling and ready to step into your CEO era, stay right here. This video might be the turning point you've been waiting for. Before we get into it though, I want you to subscribe to this channel, hit that bell, and leave me a comment so that we can connect. Now, let's start with honesty. Credit struggles don't mean you're lazy or careless. They mean you've lived. Maybe you've had a medical bill you couldn't pay. Maybe you use credit cards to keep your business alive during slow months. Maybe you just never learned how credit really works. That's most entrepreneurs. They start their business before they start their credit education. But here's the trap. When your credit is low, everything becomes more expensive. Loans come with sky-high interest. Vendors ask for deposits. You can't separate business money from personal money. And before long, you're working harder but earning less. That's not lack of effort, it's lack of leverage. Bad credit limits your access to capital. And without capital, even great businesses stay small. It's like planting a tree but never giving it enough water. So if you've been stuck in the same spot for months or years, not because of skill, but because of access, you're not broken, you're just blocked. And the good news, blocks can be removed. Fixing your credit isn't about shame, it's about strategy. It's the first step toward thinking and operating like a true CEO. Let me introduce you to Jasmine. When Jasmine first came to me, she was 33 years old, a single mom with a small online boutique. She sold clothing from her living room, packed orders at night, and dreamed of opening a real storefront one day. But she had one big problem. Her credit was a mess. A few late payments, an old car repo, and some medical collections had her score sitting at 552. Every time she applied for a business loan, she got denied. She even tried to get a business credit card, but her personal credit blocked her. So she did what most entrepreneurs do. She used her personal debit card for everything. When sales slowed down, she fell behind on bills again. It was a never-ending loop. When we started working together, I told her something she'd never heard before. Your credit story can change, but your mindset has to change first. We began by pulling all three of her credit reports, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. We identified every inaccurate item, outdated debt, and unverifiable account. Then we went step by step. Personal information cleanup. We removed old addresses and names to stop the bureaus from linking her to wrong accounts. Debt validation requests. We challenged the creditors, the collectors to prove ownership and legally under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. We had FCRA disputes. We disputed items that didn't meet reporting accuracy under the FCRA. Then there was positive credit building. We added a secured card and 2 self-reporting accounts for consistent payment history. Within 5 months, Jasmine's score jumped 118 points. But more importantly, she started to believe again. She told me, for the first time, I feel like I'm in control. With her new score, she qualified for a $35,000 business credit card and a $20,000 line of credit. She used that funding to restock inventory, invest in marketing, and hire part-time help. 6 months later, she opened her first retail space. And 1 year later, she doubled her income. Today, Jasmine runs that boutique full-time. Her daughter works the front counter on weekends, and she says fixing her credit didn't just build her business, it rebuilt her confidence. That's what this whole journey is about. When you fix your credit, you don't just change numbers, you change your story. So let's unpack the lessons in Jasmine's story, because her steps can be your steps too. Lesson 1, face your credit head on. Most people avoid their reports because they're scared of what they'll see. But CEOs look at data. When you face it, you can fix it. Lesson 2, don't argue with collectors emotionally. Challenge them legally. You have rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. If a debt can't be validated or accurately reported, it must be corrected or removed. Lesson 3, add positive history while cleaning the negative. You can't just delete your way to good credit. You've got to build. Consistent on-time payments create the pattern lenders trust. Lesson 4, use credit strategically. Once Jasmine got access to business funding, she didn't blow it. She used it for growth, inventory, marketing, and hiring, not for lifestyle. And lesson 5, shift your identity. You're not someone fixing bad credit. You're a CEO building financial power. That shift is a shift in language, and that changes how you act. And when your actions change, so do your outcomes. Now that you've seen the story, let's talk about you. What's the real path to business funding? It's not about begging banks. It's about building a fundable foundation. Here's the roadmap I teach in the CBL Wealth Blueprint. Credit. Clean up and strengthen your personal credit first. It's your credibility card. Without it, lenders won't trust your business. Business. Set up your entity the right way. LLC or C Corp or S Corp, EIN, business address, phone number, business bank account. Make your company look like what it is, a professional operation. Life. Manage your finances, mindset, and habits so you stay consistent. You can't build business discipline without personal discipline. When these three, credit, business, and life, align, you become fundable. Banks see you differently, investors respect you differently, and you start operating differently. That's the real path. It's not luck, it's structure, and it works every time. I want you to hear this next part with your heart, not just your ears. You can't fix credit from a place of fear. You fix credit from a place of faith. Here's how the believe, feel, act pattern works. Believe. Believe that your credit can rise no matter how low it is right now. Believe that you deserve a clean slate. Feel the relief and pride of seeing approvals come in. Feel the peace of paying bills early instead of late. Act. Then act in line with that feeling. Pay on time, use credit wisely, and protect your name like it's your business. When you believe, feel, and act in alignment, results show up fast. This is why mindset is so important. Jasmine didn't just raise her score, she raised her standard. And that's what I want for you, to raise your standard. You are not meant to live in financial struggle forever. You're meant to lead, to build, and to prosper. But it starts with belief, then follows with action. So now you know the truth. Credit struggles don't define you, they prepare you. They teach you responsibility, patience, and strategy. They test your mindset before they reward your mastery. Every CEO I know went through a season where credit was the wall, but instead of giving up, they learned to climb it. And you can too. Because the real path to business funding isn't out there, it's in here. It starts when you decide to handle your credit with confidence. If you're ready to take the next step to see where you stand, what's blocking your funding, and how to fix it, my team and I can help you. Click the link in the description to schedule a credit and business funding consultation. We'll show you exactly how to go from struggle to success, just like Jasmine did. Because the truth is, credit repair isn't just about numbers, it's about freedom. And freedom is your birthright. Don't have to stay stuck another year. You don't have to hustle harder. You just have to get smarter. And it starts with your credit. So take that step today. Your business, your family, your future self will thank you. I'm Dwayne, the Success King, reminding you, you're not waiting on opportunity. Opportunity is waiting on you to get fundable. Be blessed. Talk to you soon.